Hello Electroheads and welcome back to the channel. There is a ton of reviews of this little guy online. This is the Vauxhall Corsa E and I've been spending a week with this car, so I wanted to shake things up a bit and try a different style of video. So today you're going to see one of two things. The first is a short review of the Vauxhall Corsa E and all the trim changes that are coming soon. The second is going to be a review of my local chargers. Now, unlike the rest of Electroheads who live in central London and work in central London, I like a much more civilised life. I'm actually in rural Suffolk on the Essex border. So what I'm going to do is visit my local charging stations and review them out of 10. So if that sounds good, then please keep watching. And if you like new car reviews and car content, then hit that subscribe button. Okay, so my first nearest charger is actually at a Tesco's. So let's head there now. Whilst on my way to the first charger, it makes sense to explain about the range of the Corsa E and how fast it charges. So the Vauxhall Corsa E previously got 209 miles of range. However, recently it has had a software update and now gets 222 miles. Overall, in the week that I've had it, it's performed reasonably well. However, like the other Stellantis products, you will lose some range in bad weather. You'll more likely see around 160 to 180 miles, which is still pretty good for a compact car like this. The Vauxhall Corsa E can actually accept up to 100 kilowatt-hour charging, and that means that you can go from 0 to 80% in just 40 minutes if you find a fast charger. However, plug into a 7 kilowatt at-home wall box and it's going to take you more like 8 hours to get your full charge. So the first charge is confirmed. I'm plugged in at the Tesco's Pod Point charger, which are actually free, but the main thing that you have to know is that it will only charge free for 15 minutes unless you confirm the charge on the Pod Point app. So I've gone ahead and done that, and just whilst I'm waiting for it to get a bit of charge, why don't we talk about the exterior styling of the Corsa. Just like the combustion car, it has a neat exterior design, with a bold grille and snazzy LED headlight clusters at the front, as well as some sharp creases along the sides and rear. There's a few E badges along the side and the back to mark this is the electric car, but overall it's a more conventional design. We are off to a very strong start. So pulled into Tesco's and all 4 chargers are free, which is always fantastic news, especially in a Tesco's as they can get really busy. The second point is I was able to do my shopping, I was able to get some food, and I could even get a Costa. Again, this is a mega plus point. The only negative is the fact that they're only 7 kilowatt chargers. So realistically, in the time that I was charging, I went from around 29 miles to 45 miles.
Pathetic.
So I haven't got very much charge at all. But let's face it, the real plus point is that the Pod Point Tesco's chargers are free, and even in my Tesco's I don't have a time limit, so a lot you'll only be able to stay for 2 hours, but I was able to stay for as long as I wanted to, which isn't the case today as we're going to get going and go to a few more chargers. But overall it was a very positive experience and I would give it a 8 out of 10. So the next closest charger to me is actually an InstaVolt. Now the last person that commented on this 2 weeks ago said that this charger was out of service. So let's head over there now and see how we get on. I've travelled up the road literally 5 minutes and I've found the InstaVolt charger. Now this is a 50 kilowatt hour charger and it will get the Corsa nearly to full in an hour, which is fantastic. Plus there's a McDonald's over the road. So if I wanted to sit here for an hour, it'd be no trouble and I'd have a full battery. However, we are going to move on to the next chargers soon. Other plus points is it's a contactless payment without having to have any membership to apps or websites, which is fantastic. The only problem is it's slightly expensive, so it is 50p per kilowatt, which is more expensive than a lot of the other chargers. But anyway, let me get unplugged and let's go to the next one. Oh, and I give this one an 8 out of 10, just dropping points because of it's expensive. Space in the back is really competitive to all of its rivals. I've got a decent amount of leg space and a good amount of headroom, although the panoramic sunroof in this top spec model does eat into it slightly. Space in the boot, however, is very good. So I'm currently set up for a few weekends away, you can say, and I have got so much space in here. I've got a big bag, a suitcase, and everything I need, and I've still got plenty of room for my charger and extra space. So boot space gets a big thumbs up. The Corsa now has 99 miles of range, which was really impressive for the short amount of time that I was charging. Next up, it is a lovely day, so I want to go on a walk, and my local country park again has another charger. Now to find the charger. Oh, not in here. So online it said that the charger, oh my goodness. So it would appear that at my local leisure centre they're actually installing a charging station. As you can see, you've got the solar panels on the roof, and that looks to be a charging station, which is fantastic news for the people of Sudbury. Now let's see if we can find the 2 standard chargers that are here already. I've had to come away from the chargers because it was really noisy there as there was building work going on. But a third and another successful charge. I'm really pleased so far. This one was organised by an app called Plug and Go. I did have to download the app, but it literally took 5 minutes and then I was ready to go. It's a 50p connection fee and then it's 30p per kilowatt thereafter, and it's a 22 kilowatt hour charger. So overall, a really positive experience, and I get to have a walk around beautiful sunny Suffolk. This is a lovely walk here along the railway.
Goosebumps all over my body.
So far, I'm really pleased, and I'd have to give the Plug and Go charger, as long as I get back and it's still charging, a 9 out of 10 because that was a really positive experience. It's a good speed, it's a good price, and everything worked.
You've got a big surprise coming to you.
It does have to be noted that as much as I love this Plug and Go charger, the charge has been slow because there is already someone plugged into it. So it does share that 22 kilowatts. And that means that in the hour that I went for my walk, I've only got around 30 miles, which is a little bit of a shame. Now the next charger we're going to is another gamble, should I say. So it's at another leisure centre, a little bit further on in Halstead, and this is 2 22 kilowatt chargers. However, it does say in the comments that most recently all of the chargers have not been working. So let's head over there now and see how we get on. The fourth charger is a BP Pulse at Halstead Leisure Centre, and unfortunately it's going to have to go down as a fail. I have downloaded the BP Pulse app, but it won't even find the charger, and the actual number for the charger has rubbed off. So that's a real shame. 3 out of 3 was good, but the fourth one has gone down as a 0 out of 10. Now there is one other charger in Halstead, which I think is on an MOT centre location. So let's head over there now and see if we can charge there. We've just had our first unsuccessful charge, but let's talk about the interior of the Vauxhall Corsa E. Everything in here is very nice. It feels very well made and very secure. You definitely couldn't compare it to previous generations of Vauxhall Corsas. There's also a nice mix of physical buttons, but also the touchscreen works very well as well. It's just a bit of a shame that on the touchscreen, there's a bit of redundant kind of space either side of the screen. The only thing I don't like about the interior of the Vauxhall Corsa E is the seats. They're black, but then they also have a blue on the inside, which for me just doesn't match in with the rest of the interior. But all in here, everything feels really nice and it is visually appealing. It's just not particularly exciting. Whilst we're on our way to find the next charger, let's talk about how the Corsa E drives. Overall, it's pretty good. It's reasonably nippy. It will do 0 to 62 in around 7 seconds. And the steering is well weighted and it's very comfortable. It's just not particularly exciting. If you wanted a more exciting EV, then you could go for either the Mini Electric or even the Vauxhall Corsa E's brother, the Peugeot 208, which is all round a bit more engaging. But overall, for day-to-day commuting driving, this is a great little car. So charger number 5 is at the MOT services in Halstead. Now how this one works is it's a pod point, but it's not on the Pod Point app because you do have to register with MOT services. So pop in there, register an account, and then you can use the charger as much as you'd like, as long as you're not in the way and as long as no one else is using the charger. Now this is brilliant. It only took a short amount of time to sign up, and it's a 22 kilowatt hour charger, and it's at around 30p per kilowatt. So overall, that's really, really good. I've got to rate this one super highly. Okay, it is a little bit of a hassle that you have to sign up with the MOT services, but these guys said not many people actually use this charger, so this could come in super handy, and I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Very well signposted. Well, that was really easy to find. So 6th charger of the day, and I think I'm going to have to admit defeat on this one because I cannot get it working. It wants a card, which I assume is a card for the charger, which is Charge Your Car, but of course I don't have one of those, and I've logged onto the app and it doesn't even find the location, which is a real shame. So they're going to have to give this one a 0 out of 10 for George Yard charger. And now I'm going to head over to my final destination, which is GridServe in Braintree. Come here and guarantee I can get a full charge because they have a huge amount of CCS fast chargers, up to 300 kilowatts. The Vauxhall Corsa, of course, can only charge up to 100, but that still means I can get nearly a full charge in just over half an hour, which is really impressive. All the chargers are working and it's 39p per kilowatt hour, which is pretty impressive when you consider how fast you can charge. So that's a huge thumbs up, and I'm going to give GridServe a 10 out of 10. Have you enjoyed this video today? Please let me know. Or what do you think of the Vauxhall Corsa E? Let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, then let us know in the comments. And make sure you're subscribed to the Electroheads channel. Until next time, guys, see you later.